WizKids puts out something fantastic. Here's your look at the Marvel Fantastic Four collectible miniatures. There are 70 to collect, and in this video, we're going to be opening up 10 of them. I'd like to thank the folks over at WizKids that provided the samples that we're having a look at in this review. Picking up one of them, because again, all these boxes are going to be exactly the same to one another to show you what one looks like. You have Marvel Fantastic Four collectible miniatures down below. Collect all 70 figures includes 5 pre-painted collectible miniatures. Well, if you do your math correctly, 10 boxes and 5 per box, we're going to be looking at about 50 of these. Well, not about, we are going to be looking at 50 of these. Showing it on the front of the box, all the 4 Fantastic Four. On the side, you can see some of the examples of one of which we will be looking at. There's the Thing, Mr. Fantastic. And some nice detailing on the back with Dr. Doom. Top-selling collectible miniature games. Learn more at Heroclix.com. Become part of the Heroclix community. Play in tournaments, win prizes, advance up the leaderboard, track your achievements, create your own player group. Find out more at www.win.wizkids.com. That being said, we're going to go ahead and, like I said, open up all of these. We're going to use a knife, of course. I don't have heat ray vision. Not yet. We're working on it. Not yet. And we're going to open up the first box. Now, I don't know. Oh, there is tape on the side. I was going to say, I'm not even sure if I actually need a knife for this. But we're going to go ahead and open the first box. There's a little bit of glue on the top. And we're going to pull these out. Now, I have said this in the past. I'm not somebody who plays Heroclix myself. However, I do fancy the figures. I think the figures are actually really neat. They are seeming to be attached. How are you going to get these out? Oh, we have to pop them down. Is that how that works? We're going to go ahead and very quickly, very carefully pull out the first one. As you can see there's Mr. Fantastic, looking rather fantastic with his stretchy arms. And even if you are somebody that doesn't necessarily play Heroclix, you have to admit, I mean, for the size of these miniatures, they're pretty detailed pieces. On the side, it tells you the name of the character. And of course, you got the little wheel disc here down at the bottom here. Some of my viewing audience are playing Heroclix. If you are one of those individuals, let me know down below in the comment section. But we got ourselves Mr. Fantastic. This is what I would consider to be one of those slightly longer videos. So make sure you got yourself a nice snack on the ready. Popping out the next one. It's kind of strange the way that they package these, because you have to pop them from the top and then pull them from the bottom. And I just want to make sure I don't break any of the pieces, although these are mostly a softer rubbery plastic. The next one we have is Mole Man. You can see he's got his, that would be a spear, a staff. We'll go with staff in his hand. And look at the detailing on his face, though. I would say that that's the size, slightly smaller than the top of a thumbtack. The green done there to the majority of his outfit, with a slightly darker green to his cape. Super cool looking details. I want to pop this one out, but I want to keep it in somewhat order because I don't want to skip over any of them. The next one we're going to pop out here is Punisher. And you can see there's the name there on the side. Now this one has some additional, this metallic blue. Boy, does that ever look great on this, especially when you've got the green arms and the green legs. The details on this one certainly pop. One of the good things about using a 4K camera is hopefully I'm able to show you guys all the up close and personal details to these pieces. Because like I said, in hand, they look super cool. I'm going to put that one down. This was the one I was really excited to pop out the first time, and that is Spider-Man. Just put that to the side here. Here we have Spider-Man. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it seems like there's a couple little red splotches on his costume. Is his costume simply just ripped, or if that's just paint? You be the judge. He's a very muscular-looking Spider-Man, that's for sure. But like even the small little spider symbol on his chest is perfectly painted. See the same on the back here. Yeah, it's also painted in there as well. Now, all of these do also come with insert cards. We're going to be looking at the cards in a second. The last one we're going to pop out is the female Wolverine. And I guess we don't technically need this tray. We'll just put that down to the top, to the side for the time being. I'll show you a closer look at the female Wolverine. I like the pose on this one specifically. She's got the blades sticking out from her hand. I feel like I have looked at a Heroclix female Wolverine before. It gives you your stats, which again, not one that I'm familiar with because I don't play the Heroclix games. I've played a little bit back in the day. I feel like in the early 2000s, I had a friend that was big into Heroclix, and I may have played 1 or 2 games, but that was so long ago, and I have aged so horribly since then. Anyways, we're going to put those down. Let's look at the insert cards that come included with these. Just slide these out. So we've got ourselves... Oh, okay, we'll flip it around the other side here. Makes a little bit more sense. We've got Mr. Fantastic. Again, gives you your stats and your abilities. On the back, it gives you a comic. This is Fantastic Four number 3, 1962. We have Spider-Man. Comic on the back there. I was kind of down into collecting the Fantastic Four comic run when we had those replacements. You know, there was Wolverine, Ghost Rider, Spider-Man, and Hulk. It's kind of fun. Kind of reminds me of those old Marvel Comics trading cards. We've got Wolverine. It's the back of the card there. We got Punisher. No, not the Punisher. Punisher, Cosmic, Herald, and Robot. There's the back of it right there. And the last one we had was Mole Man. That's what it looks like on the back. This seems like it's going to be a very long video, considering we've only opened up the first one and still many to go through. Let's go ahead and open up the next box here. Getting our knife, cutting the side tape, and opening this up. There we go. Oh, I ripped this one. Oh, butterfingers, I ripped that one. Let's pull out the tray, put the box to the side. What would be the off chance that we actually have no duplicates? That would be quite the feat. Speaking of quite the feat, can I actually get Thing out from his plastic prison? Whoosh. There's the Thing. I think I did get this one before. If you did miss your chance to check out my other review of the Heroclix Marvel figures, feel free to check that out maybe after this review. But I did think I got this specific Thing. Is this She? Oh, it's She Thing. That's why. That's why. Yeah, I did get this one before. So I have another She Thing. Let's see what else we have in here. Pop this out. I suppose I probably should be popping it from the base and not trying to pop it from the tops of the figures. Get it focused there. We have Thundra. She's got her ball and chain with her. Look at the face on this. Pretty good considering how small this actually is. It's Thundra. Already amassed quite a collection already. Pop the next one out. We have a variation of Punisher. This one is all done in metallic purple. Let's pick up the other one so you guys can see. Here's the other Punisher. They seem to be sharing the same bodies, and that's fine and good. Definitely the paint is what distinguishes one from the other. Purple and now blue Punisher. Let's see who else we have in here. There we go. See if I can actually get the cape through. Can I get the cape through? How would they have even popped these in the first place? I guess they would have to just do these by hand, wouldn't they? The next one we have is Dr. Fantastic. Look at this sweeping cape on this one. The silver in the arms and the legs. Really nicely detailed figure. Okay, we'll put that down. And the last one. This one's kind of cool. We've got ourselves the Skrull. And this actually specifically is the Skull Infiltrator. But I guess it would just technically be a Skrull. Again, a close-up on the face. Are my eyes playing tricks on me, or did they actually paint the eyeball and the pupil in? Whoa, that's small. Super small. And of course, we got ourselves a couple of trading cards as well. Get the tape actually opened up here. There we go. Pull these out. Put this tray down. We're going to have quite the mess, I think, after it's all said and done. We got Mr. Dr. Fantastic. The back of it right there. Franklin Galactus. Punisher. The Punisher card. A Punisher Iron Man comic on the back there. She-Thing. Thundra. Again, look at the smirk on her face. There's a comic that features her. And Skrull, I keep calling him Skull, Skrull Infiltrator. And this one actually doesn't have a comic on the other side. It's just a picture of the miniature. So that's 2 down. We still have 8 to go. Let's keep going with unboxing these. I realized quickly I'm going to be running out of space real fast, so I had to move everything out of the way here. And we're going to cut the next box open. And again, I'd like to thank the folks over at WizKids. Of course, are making the Heroclix. Whoa, look at these ones. Just make sure I didn't leave anything behind here. I really want to start like right here, but I'm going to resist. We're going to pop out the first one. Kind of looks a little bit like Golem, actually. This is Moloid. Not familiar with this character. Does look a little bit... Actually, it looks like one of the characters from Masters of the Universe. I'm trying to think of the names of them. They're red, and I think there's 2 of them. Somebody will tell me down below in the comment section. Doesn't it kind of look a little bit like Golem? It does, I feel, look a little bit like Golem. The next one we have... Oh, this one's neat. Pop this one out. The next one we have is Claw. You can call me the Claw. The Caw? No, the Claw. Look at the detailing on his face, though. And, of course, he does have the Claw. It'd be somewhat disappointing if his name was the Claw, and yet there wasn't really a claw anywhere on him. Just like his middle name. You know, I just decided to abbreviate my name. Claw is actually my middle name. It's a bit strange. The next one we're going to pop out, Hydro Man. I like the look of Hydro Man here. He's all done in translucent blue plastic, at least for the base, and the attachment that's on his arm. He looks like crystallized sugar. Really got to be careful around crystallized sugar. That stuff can burn your skin. If you ever are cooking sugar on the stove, don't. Don't even proceed. Don't even follow up and finish that job. Just stay away from it. It's going to burn your skin. Luckily, I don't know from personal experiences, but I've heard some real horror stories. People and melted sugar. Am I going to be able to get this one out? Whew, another close call. Next one we have is Red Hulk. Get the camera to focus there. A substantially sized Heroclix. Bright red coloring. That is a fine, fine looking Heroclix. And more so, this video, really than anything else, is just me unboxing these. Anybody that is a skilled player at Heroclix will probably know a little bit more about how the discs turn, the actual playing strategies behind all this. Personally speaking, I'm really more so just down with the figures. These are neat little figures. By the way, while I was talking, this is Nova. Similar to actually Hydro Man in the sense that Nova's got like a translucent or clear yellow plastic for the hair and clear yellow plastic down below in the bottom of the base there as well. And that's it for that tray. Let's go ahead and open up the next box. Oh, actually, you know what? Before we do that, we have some trading cards to look at. I hope while doing this, I've stocked enough brisk. I thought ahead when I was getting this all prepped up that we were going to have enough brisks and snacks on the ready. It's going to be a long video. Hydro Man, again, giving you the read up. I could technically read these all up, but the amount of time already that's going to be spent just opening these, you can see that there's probably going to be a little bit more time. Not enough time to really be able to read these, but there's the new Fantastic Four, the Initiative. Let's see here. We have Moloid. Is it Moloid or Maloid? Wasn't there a show with that was pre-Blossom and it was called Malloy? Jennifer Aniston was the sister. Somebody look that up. Malloy. Where do you get those references from? There's the back of it. Just it's a picture of the figure. It's Red Hulk. Comic. Red Hulk. Circle of 4. We've got Nova. I actually think I have this comic still in my collection. Silver Surfer, #1. And we have Claw. The Claw? No, the Claw. And there's the comic there as well, Black Panther. Let's open up the next box. Take my knife, slice the tape, and opening this up. It has been, I think, a while since I've looked at blind box anything, really. So this is a nice treat to be able to sit down and do this with all you, the viewing audience. Popping the first one out. Do we have Dr. Doom? We do have Dr. Doom. Let's pop him out. There we go. And I think short of just changing the head... No, it's actually Doombot. I thought it was Dr. Doom. It's Doombot. Doombot seems to share the same mold as Dr. Fantastic, short of the fact that the head is just a little bit different. But the bodies as well as the capes seem to be the exact same configuration. You could even overlay one of them and it would just line up perfectly, like in those movies when they line up fingerprints and it's immediately an identical match. Very nice. This, I think, is just regular thing. No, we actually have another she thing. Where did I put the she thing? I put her over here. Just want to double check and make sure that... No, in fact, even though it is she thing, get the camera to focus, there we go. Even if it is the same, it seems to be a different color of costume. One has the more blue color, as well as the little blue sashed belt, and this one has all white. So they are slight variations. And I guess that would be the case too. There's probably like chase figures that you want to chase down, for example. And there will be variations in color costumes. Maybe one with the blue sash, for example, is a little bit more expensive than the one with the white sash. Next one we have is X-23. And X-23, actually, while we're doing that comparison, we can bring in the female Wolverine. It seems like they may have used the same bodies of the two figures. Of course, molded very, very differently, but like basically the same body pose. You know what I mean? Just different color costumes and obviously different heads. Next one we have kind of looks a little bit like Firestorm, but it's a variation of Nova. It's Red Nova, well, red and yellow Nova. And we'll bring in the gold Nova so you can see the difference between the two. Focus, focus, focus. It's a little harder for the camera to be able to pinpoint such small details, but I do my best. I do my best to be able to show you guys those up close and personal. Same figures, just a little bit different of a color. And the last one for this tray, I think, is the Human Torch. I'll put that to the side. Oh, I like this one. We have the Human Torch. Now, what they've done here is it looks like they've molded the figure in translucent orange plastic or yellow plastic, and then they've just painted over top of it. So it adds almost like, if you, I guess, shun a light straight through it, you'd be able to have this guy illuminate. Boy, is that ever cool. And, of course, we got the trading cards to go along with that as well. I can actually open these up. I always seem to struggle with the tape. Why? If everything else is such a breeze, why am I having such a struggle with the tape? So we got Doombot. Got Nova. Comic on the back. She-Thing. Different comic on the back. Fantastic Four End? Question mark. X-23. And Human Torch. Human Torch on the back there. Let's now open up the next one. Go ahead and cut the tape again onto the top. Thank you, by the way, everybody, for tuning into this longer video as we unbox all of these. And again, a big thank you to the folks over at WizKids that provided the samples that we're going to be looking at here. There's, going to be a lot more to look at in this review, as we still are, well, we're about halfway through. We've got like 5 left to go. Put the trading cards to the side. The first one we're going to pop through looks like Medusa. Careful, careful, careful. We got Medusa with her very long hair. Boy, is that ever long hair. I don't think anybody can really pull off super long hair. There's always a point of no return. Once I think it gets past the point of the waist, I think you got to have to stop. Really rethink your option. There was it Crystal Gale? Now I'm really dating myself by saying this. Country singer Crystal Gale, I think, was known for super long hair. It might have been down to her knees. I think that's a little too long for my liking. The next one we're going to pop out. Looks like it might be Kang. No, it actually isn't. It's the Trapster. The Trapster. Nice purple with the blue there. Very much, very similar to like Sentinel colors. Kind of that blue and that purple color scheme. Kind of Galactus, I guess, as well. The Trapster. Wonder what he does for a living. Pop the next one through. We've got ourselves a very large Hulk. Get his arms through. Get his arms through. Imagine the enlisting of these people. Just their jobs are only just to pop these figures through that plastic tray. I hope they get paid well for it. We've got ourselves the green behemoth. This is a green version of the Hulk, which I think seems to be the exact same one as the red Hulk. Hair's a little bit different. The face is a little bit different. Well, I guess painted a little bit different. But they are, in fact, the exact same figure. Next one we're going to pop out. Looks like a Super Skrull. It is, in fact, a Super Skrull. Absorbing all the abilities of the Fantastic Four. So you've got the translucent hand of the Invisible Woman, of course, Mr. Fantastic's long arm, the Thing's arm on the other side, and the Human Torch's flame-on abilities. Where's the Infiltrator? I'm going to lose my place with all these figures. Oh, here he is over here. Give you guys an idea. Now again, personally, even if you aren't one that plays the game, if you want just a great collection of small miniature figures, say you are somebody that wants to get into collecting something, but you just don't have a lot of space, I think these are really prime candidates. Yes, there is always the fact that there is a game function there as well, where you can be able to move and rotate that and play with friends. But if you just want really small, cool miniatures, I think these are right up your alley. I don't want to make that assumption. It may not be right up your alley. They are certainly right up my alley. And the last one we're going to look at least of this box, is Invisible Woman. So it looks like somebody's holding her up, like stick them up. The bottom end of it is all clear. Gets progressively a little more solid as it moves up the figure, and you've got the Fantastic Four logo up at the top there. And let's quickly open up the cards. Open, open, open. Open, open, open. Whenever I say that, it reminds me of the Christmas Carol. Label, 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 label. Nobody gets that reference. We've got the Super Skrull from Annihilation. There's the comic. There's the Super Skrull on the other side. Invisible Woman with comic. Trapster with comic. Medusa, who's apparently part of the Frightful Four and the Inhumans. Boy, that was a short-lived series, the Inhumans. Fantastic Four. And we've got ourselves the Hulk. And there's a vintage comic there. Fantastic Four versus the Fantastic Four. Let's open up another box, which leaves now... This is the 5th box right here. I probably shouldn't be tapping it with a knife. Cutting on both sides. Carefully, carefully. I don't want to rush my way through this, certainly at least from the cutting end of things, because if I'm rushing while I'm cutting, I could possibly cut myself. And nobody wants to see that, I'm sure. Some of these look like they are repeats. Some of them aren't repeats. The first one being Mr. Fantastic. Again, popping him straight through. Trying to think, actually, if I have any duplicates yet. Some would say, yes, you do have duplicates, but really when you look at them, okay, Mr. Fantastic might officially be the first duplicate that I have. Focus, 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 focus. There we go. Appear to be the exact same. Well, most of these, actually, even the ones that I thought were duplicates, in actual fact are just variations. They're variants to the one that I opened before. Looks like we got ourselves another Trapster. Get out, get out, get out. I don't think there's anything different with this Trapster to the one that we got before. Just quickly looking down. No, it's the same. Exact same. How am I going to get this one out? How's that possible? This is like one of those puzzle pieces where you have to twist it and turn it and maybe know the direction of north. This one here is Fire Lord. While I certainly would not be dismissing the idea that this guy is a Lord of Fire, the fact that he's wielding in his hands and the fact that he's got flames sticking out and jetting out from his head, I'm pretty sure this guy is the Lord of Fire. The back of him right there. Nice looking figure. Seems like we've got a regular thing. Pop him out. Just a regular thing. I don't want to dismiss thing like he's just a regular thing. Let's bring in she thing so we can see the difference between the two. Thing is going to be, focus. Thing is going to be a little bit bigger than she thing. I like the pose that they've given Thing here. It's just reaching off like he's grabbing a soda from the fridge nearby. Thing and she thing. Look at the collection that we've amassed so far. Just like blanketed. Next one we're going to pull out is this Gargoyle Man. Dragon Man. Why do I keep calling him Gargoyle Man? Let's see if I can get his wings out here. There we go. A lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Dragon Man. I may have actually had a Dragon Man figure. I think Toy Biz made one way back in the day. Something seems rather familiar about this one, like I actually had a figure of him at some point. Love the fact he's got the big giant wings. The one thing I thought would be the obstruction preventing me from actually pulling him out from his plastic prison. Looks like he's also got fire coming out of his mouth as well. And let's go ahead and open up the cards that go along with these. That was a lot easier. First one we've got is Mr. Fantastic. Got the Thing. Trapster. Firelord. Oh, I like the look of Firelord there. There's the comic. And Dragon Man. Not Gargoyle Man. And there's a picture of him along with Ant-Man. Probably not a character that you could develop into a live-action Ant-Man movie. I don't think you'd ever pick Dragon Man as the villain. He'd have to be kind of a little over the top, I think. Let's cut open the next one. If you are somebody that enjoys relaxing videos, perhaps, if anything, you could consider this to be an ASMR unboxing. ASMR. We're going to open up this next one here. Pop the first one out. Don't worry, I won't talk like that through the whole review. We've got ourselves a variation of Invisible Woman. The other one was blue, which I just so happen to have right down here. And this one is more like a reddish colored Invisible Woman. But the bodies are exactly the same. I think we have ourselves another official duplicate. As we have a look at Mondoid. Wish I could remember the name of that character from Master of the Universe. They're going to tell me down below, and then as soon as I'm going to read it, I'm going to be like, I probably won't make that noise loudly, because everybody's going to be like, you okay in there? Franklin Richards. You can see right there. It looks like he's almost holding two giant slices of kiwi in his hand. Because kiwis always have a lot of those seeds. And the next one, this one's neat. The next one is a Ghost Rider with a silver face. Sadly, they didn't paint the chain silver, but still a nice looking figure. Don't really want to call these figures, they're figurines. They don't really have the means to be able to be posable, but they're basically more like figurine statues. And we've got ourselves Nova here as well. Another duplicate. We did get this one before. I just readjusted everything, slid everything over a little bit to make more space available. As we cut the third last box, which I guess technically would be what? 7th box? 8, 9? No. 8, 9, 10. It's always difficult when you do that, eh? Here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh, a couple of variations going on in here as well. We've got the playing cards. Actually, you know what? I didn't open up the cards from the last time. Remind me. I'm going to go and do that. First one we're going to pop out is a Human Torch. More traditionally colored Human Torch. Although I don't know what's happened to Human Torch's face. It looks like... Oh, you know what it is? It's turned sideways. I thought this was the front of his face. That would be ridiculous. There's the front of his face right there. It's facing sideways. That's a nice looking Human Torch, though. Next one we have is a Mr. Fantastic. There we go. And this is a different Mr. Fantastic. We have already gotten 2, but the other 2 were blue. I didn't mean to rhyme it when I said that. But this is a red-clad Mr. Fantastic. Get the camera to focus in on that. There we go. Almost. There we go. All right. Focused away. Same figure, just one is red, one is blue. I don't know how I feel about a red-clad Mr. Fantastic. For me, I always think traditionally blue, but that's just me. The next one we have is an actual Doctor Doom, which, let me just grab the Doombot here. The Doombot, in actual fact, the Doombot and Mr. Doom, Doctor Doom, are exactly the same. Exactly the same. Not a different face or anything like that. Same cape, same flowing cape. Just one is called Doombot, one is called Doctor Doom. I would feel like Mr. Doom, Doctor Doom, can I call you Mr. Doom? I would feel Doctor Doom probably has higher stats. We also have a Spider-Man. Same Spider-Man before. Dismissing my earlier opinions that perhaps the red was just ripped on his fabric, it is just a paint defect. This one seems to be a lot cleaner. And the last one, which happens to be a new one as part of this collection, we've got ourselves Living Laser. Living Laser. I don't feel like he'd be winning an award anytime soon for best costume. The costume looks a tad silly. Living Laser. He's got these little laser pew 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 shooting out from his hands. Living Laser. And let's open up these cards. I didn't open up the cards the last time, so I'm going to kind of make up for lost time. I'm going to quickly open these because I know you have places to go, people need to see, chores I'm sure you have to do. That laundry's not going to do itself, by the way. We had looked at before Nova. Moloid. Not Malloy. Invisible Woman. Different comic on the back. I don't know. Not liking the red. Not liking the red. Ghost Rider. Very different looking Ghost Rider. This one actually is Robbie Rise. Ghost Rider. This is the one that has the car. And Franklin Richards with comic featured on the back. The ones that came included with this set, it's tape. Why am I making this into a situation? I don't like to have tape be a situation. I like to make a situation-free sort of lifestyle, but Human Torch. There's the back of the Human Torch card. Ooh, vintage comic. Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man are we going to get? You know what? I really want to get that comic. I want to get where the replacement Fantastic Four teams stepped in. Probably super expensive now. Mr. Fantastic. A Doctor Doom. Classic looking comic there. And the Living Laser. Best costume around. Not so much. Iron Man comic on the back there. Let's go ahead. Can I actually reach? I should have planned this out better. Grabbing the first box. If you've made it up to this point, you may help yourself to a official Review Spot tote bag. Inside, you'll find a t-shirt, a Rice Krispie treat, and it was originally a cold bottle of Brisk. It's not so cold anymore. Let's just rip that one open there. Pulling out again the tray. Seems like we got some different characters going on in here. The first one being another Invisible Woman, which I would suspect is not any different than the Invisible Woman that we looked at before. Same one as before, so another duplicate of her. This one is new, and it looks like a Nihilus. If I can actually get the wings. Boy, the wings are pretty wide. Let's just pinch them a little bit as I squeeze it through the hole. There we go. We have a Nihilus. I like the look of this one. Woo! Woo, that is a fine looking Nihilus. So it looks like on the back. One of the larger figures that we've looked at. We've got another Hulk. I'm sure one exists. I would love to get my hands on a gray Hulk. Because we already have a green. We already have a red. I'd love to get my hands on a gray Hulk as well. So it looks like on the back. You know, once he's Smart Hulk, here's a question I really want to throw out there. When he's Smart Hulk, and he doesn't necessarily have to transform back into Bruce Banner, what kind of clothes is he buying? Does he get a custom tailorer that comes in and makes these clothes from scratch? I mean, even if you went to the big and tall, I mean the big, tall stores, that still isn't going to fit the frame of the Hulk. He's going to have to get some custom clothing, and custom clothing, it ain't cheap, let me tell you. Not that I have custom clothing, but I've heard that stuff isn't cheap. Next one we have is Black Panther, which again, I think I may have had before. I'm going to have to go back to my trunk of Heroclix figures. I didn't actually have them out on display. I really should put these out on display. And we got ourselves another Crystal Gale. It's not Crystal Gale, it's Medusa. Although Medusa is slightly leaning off to the side. I guess the hair is just so heavy it's weighing her down. I can relate. Right now, certainly due to the critical state of the world right now, I haven't been able to get to the barber anytime soon, so I can relate. Medusa. It's not to the embarrassing length of my waist, but it's getting there. It's getting there. The last box that we're going to open up in this quite epic long video. Thank you for everybody that still has survived up to this point. And what a way to go out, actually. Seeing that I see inside there's the Silver Surfer. The first one we're going to pop out is, again, another she thing. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on that one because we already looked at that one before. We're going to pop out the next one, which is Valeria Richards. Again, nice pose on this one. We can pop out. How am I going to get this one out? How am I going to possibly get this out? Let's see if I can wiggle it. Twist it. Twist it. Success. We've got what possibly could be the coolest Heroclix I have in my collection currently. And that list has only been updated in like the last 5 seconds. We've got ourselves Silver Surfer, who looks like he's emerging from a giant lollipop. That is a fun-looking Heroclix. Definitely my favorite, I think, so far of the ones that we've opened up. The last two, the first one being Franklin Von Doom. See, he's levitating there with the orb in his hands. That's a nice one. And then the last one, though we've already opened and looked at this one before, is another head turned to the side Human Torch. Of course, along the ways, I did forget a few of the trading cards. We'll quickly make up for lost time doing that. The first one. There we go. Let's see what we got here. Human Torch. Quickly looking at the comic. She-Thing. Valeria Richards. Silver Surfer, my favorite so far of all the ones we've looked at. Different character on the back, Dawn Greenwood. And Franklin Von Doom. And then we had a set of trading cards I didn't look at. I don't really want to call these trading cards. If anything, you're going to be trading them probably along with your Heroclix. You're not just going to be trading them on their own because you obviously need to know the stats listed here on the back. First one we have is Annihilus. It's a comic. We got the Hulk. Medusa. Black Panther. And last, and certainly not least, Invisible Woman. Certainly a long video, guys. Again, thank you everybody who took the time and sat through this unboxing of 10 times 5 per. We looked at a total of 50 Heroclix figures. Of the ones that we've looked at, which again are all sort of scattered around here, my personal favorites to pick out and point out to you, the viewing audience, the first one being Silver Surfer. He might possibly be my favorite that we've looked at. Another one I really like, Dragon Man. I don't want to think I'm biased all towards the larger Heroclix figures, but it does certainly help when you've got these bigger, oversized characters that you can put on display or play in your Heroclix game. I also really like the Nihilus. I guess I guess it does seem a little like I'm partial to the larger figures, doesn't it? Nihilus. I also really liked Ghost Rider. He's a smaller figure. And I'm also going to go with Super Skrull. That is a fun-looking Heroclix figurine. Again, a big thank you to the folks over at Heroclix that provide the sample of course, the Fantastic Four pre-painted collectible miniatures that we had a look at in this review. Not only did we look at one, not only did we look at two, but we looked at 10 of these as we unboxed them over the course of this video. If you guys are new to this channel, enjoying all the content you're seeing, and enjoying, the fact that we're doing some unboxings like this, make sure you hit the video with a like, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and make sure you turn on the bell notification as your way of telling YouTube that yes, in fact, you want to get notified whenever new videos are popping up. Speaking of new videos, there's going to be a lot more coming away. And maybe we are going to be doing some more unboxings in upcoming videos. So as always, thanks for watching. See you guys next time.